जब आप UPSC के लिए तैयार कर रहे थे, how many months did you prepare for philosophy?
Sorry?
When you were preparing for UPSC, how many notes did you prepare for philosophy?
How many notes I can get?
कितने कॉपी बनाए थे आपने philosophy के लिए?
Like per thinker you are asking?
Not thinker, like in general.
In general, I had like ऐसे 4 bundles, ठीक है, and only for philosophy. And the bundles that you are using ना, ये I think 500 पेज का होता है इस टाइम, है ना? 500 वाला ना, तो I had 4 bundles. Because like side by side I was like preparing for उसके लिए भी ना, masters के लिए और उसके सबके साथ में कर रही थी. So I had like plenty of philosophers, plenty of bundles. So yeah, I had many.
She has 3 notes. As of now.
Oh.
Actually, my notes are divided according to the situation.
So मतलब I only wrote quotation and everything, ठीक है. But when it comes to books ना, I'm like a bookish person who like read directly from there. And also when it comes to novels, मुझे novels हाथ में चाहिए. But when it comes to notes, I wanted to like digital only. ऐसे वाला scenario. हाँ. Ma'am. Like he reads a lot. He is also a bookish person. नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. एक सेकंड.
Basically, you mean that philosophy only toppers choose philosophy. अभी मुझे खुद पे डाउट होने लगा.
हाँ, what?
So you mean to say only toppers choose philosophy?
Only toppers choose philosophy. नहीं. See, when it comes to philosophy ना, we know that we are like talking about something, you know, which is not discussed in NCERT, ना GS में discuss होती है, right? The thinkers are there, ठीक है, quotations are there. But when it comes to philosophy, it's like you are thinking, you know, beyond what UPSC can ask for, right? In the first class only, I told you, when we talk about essay, when we talk about ethics, right? You should not reflect that you are philosophy optional student, right? Because वहीं पर बेसिकली उनका क्राइटेरिया जाता है कि इस लेवल का आंसर तो चाहिए ही चाहिए, ठीक है. वो एक स्टैंडर्ड बन जाता है एक चेकर का, है ना. तो अगर उस स्टैंडर्ड के हिसाब से आंसर नहीं मिलता है उन्हें, राइट, तो फिर तुम्हारे नंबर कटेंगे. तो इसीलिए डू नॉट रिफ्लेक्ट इन योर आंसर दैट ओके यू आर फ्रॉम फिलॉसफी ऑप्शनल स्टूडेंट, राइट. तो इसलिए बैलेंस करके चलना है कि दोनों आंसर्स में रिफ्लेक्ट ना हो. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू फिलॉसफी देयर आर सर्टेन कांसेप्ट्स व्हिच यू नो स्कूल में क्यों नहीं है फिलॉसफी, फॉर दिस रीजन ओनली, क्योंकि उतने छोटे बच्चों को समझ में नहीं आएगी फिलॉसफी, राइट. साइकोलॉजी इज देयर, राइट. बट व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट फिलॉसफी, वो स्टैंडर्ड चाहिए बात करने का, वो बेसिकली समझने का चीजों का, है ना. एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू यूपीएससी, मैंने क्यों बोला था तुम्हें पहली बार में कि रिफ्लेक्ट होनी चाहिए तुम्हारे कैरेक्टर में वो चीज, राइट. तो वो चीज हमारी यहाँ से शुरू होगी. तो अगर तुम्हारा स्टैंडर्ड नहीं है उस वे में सोचने का, तो इट लाइक देयर इज नो पॉइंट ऑफ इट. इसीलिए तो योर क्वेश्चन वाज अबाउट सप्तऋषि. क्या क्वेश्चन? सप्तऋषि क्या? सप्तऋषि, Arya, have like one question for you.
Yes, sir.
The question is what was the question?
I asked like how you know everything about.
Ask yourself.
I was asking that how you know everything about the questions ma'am asked me in class.
And I told her
Well,
read a lot.
Yes, sir. The basic idea is that I have read so many books and I go through the things. Whatever is talked in the class, I actually go in depth of these things every day. I give 2 or 3 hours to everything to actually understand that. And as well as I have read so many books and I continue reading them. So as a result, I get a sense of idea regarding things that are being taught in the class. Though I don't know everything, but I can get a gist of the things from uh, the statement or something like that.
Give me a minute, I'll be back. One current affair question. Okay.
I want to know that is it a strategic failure of Indian diplomacy where the stand for Iran is not taken by India strongly? That they do not give the way to think people that for
Who said that India is not taking stand with Iran?
not like when the company died, they don't post anything about him
Who didn't post? Government, Modi, Twitter पे नहीं आया.
हर जगह आते हैं, कुछ भी होता है, अगर बांग्लादेश में भी कुछ हो रहा है तो वो बोलते हैं, इवन दो बांग्लादेश भी अगेंस्ट इंडिया है, बट ईरान जो हमारा एक स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनर है कई चीजों में, वहां पर अगर मोदी या फिर खुद गवर्नमेंट, मतलब पूरी गवर्नमेंट को कुछ ना कुछ तो ऐसा दिखाना चाहिए था कि दैट दे आर कंसर्न अबाउट इट, वो भी कुछ नहीं किया। और क्योंकि ईरान भी हमारा फ्रेंड है, इसराइल भी हमारा फ्रेंड है, तो ईरान पे अटैक होने से एक ही दिन 2 दिन पहले इसराइल जाकर के मीटिंग अटेंड करना, इजंट इट मतलब दिखाना कि इंडिया जो है वो इसराइल को ज्यादा सपोर्ट कर रहा है, डायरेक्ट उससे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट लेना ये ठीक है? मतलब मुझे तो नहीं लगता, फॉर मी इट्स अ स्ट्रेटेजिक फेलियर।
See, when it comes to India ना, India is maintaining relationship with everyone, ठीक है, इसराइल हो, ईरान हो, राइट, या फिर कोई भी गल्फ कंट्री हो, राइट, सो देयर इज अ रीजन टू इट, क्योंकि हम कहीं से टेक्नोलॉजी ले रहे हैं, कहीं से ऑयल ले रहे हैं, राइट, सो वी आर टेकिंग डिफरेंट डिफरेंट थिंग्स फ्रॉम डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कंट्रीज, राइट, सो वी कैन नॉट लूज अ सिंगल कंट्री एट दिस टाइम, ठीक है, व्हाई? बिकॉज वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स डेवलपमेंट। 247 तक हमारे सर्टेन गोल्स है which we have to achieve at any cost, otherwise we'll be like 10 years behind, right? So without losing this strategy, ठीक है, हम लोग एक strategy follow कर रहे हैं, that is strategy autonomy, ठीक है, that is basically focusing on each and every country, ठीक है, जितनी इंपॉर्टेंस हम इसराइल को दे रहे हैं उतनी इंपॉर्टेंस हम ईरान को भी दे रहे हैं, राइट? आइडियोलॉजिकली वी मे डिफर विद ईरान, ठीक है, हमारे रिलेशंस आइडियोलॉजिकली डिफर हो सकते हैं फॉर सर्टेन रीजन, राइट, बट व्हेन वी टॉक्स अबाउट एज रिलेशंस कंपेयर टू ट्रेड में हो गया या फिर किसी और चीज में हो गया, वी आर बैलेंसिंग ऑल ऑफ दीज, ठीक है, हम किसी को भी नाराज नहीं कर सकते इस मूवमेंट पे, ठीक है, तो तुम्हारी थिंकिंग है कि ईरान के साथ में हम लोग बायस होके चल रहे हैं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं, हम वो चीज कर ही नहीं सकते हैं, वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड दैट।
उसे डिले किया जा सकता था, एक ही दिन पहले, या तो हमारे इंटेलिजेंस को उतना पता नहीं चल पाया कि दूसरे दिन अटैक करने वाला है, ये भी एक फेलियर है इंटेलिजेंस का। और अगर वो प्लान कर रहे हैं कि एक दिन अटैक, एक दिन पहले वो विजिट कर रहे हैं इजराइल को, तो ये तो फिर ऐसा दिखा रहा है ना कि ईरान से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस दिया जा रहा है।
इससे पहले देयर वाज दिस बायसनेस, ठीक है, तुम्हारी इस मीटिंग से पहले, दैट वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स इजराइल, ठीक है, वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स, ठीक है, बेसिकली वी आर डाइवर्टिंग आवर आइडियोलॉजी टुवर्ड्स देयर, ठीक है, तो उस चीज को बैलेंस करने के लिए भी तो हो सकती है ना ये मीटिंग, ऐसा तो नहीं है ना। अब अगर ईरान को लग रहा है कि हमारी तरफ नहीं आ रहे हैं, यहाँ के लोगों को लग रहा है, पीपल ऑफ अस, वी आर टॉकिंग, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट आवर पीपल, राइट, इफ दे आर प्रोटेस्टिंग फॉर ईरान, ठीक है, और हमें लग रहा है, यहाँ के लोगों को लग रहा है, वी हैव टू मेंटेन पीस इंटरनली आल्सो, राइट, अब उन्हें लग रहा है तो हमें वो चीजें भी तो देखनी पड़ेगी ना। ऊपर से हम लोग बैलेंस करके चल रहे हैं, ऑलरेडी हमारा बेसिकली वेस्ट कल्चर से ये चीज आ रही है कि तुम जो है कोई कंट्री को चूज नहीं कर रहे हो, तुम एक बैलेंस करके चल रहे हो, राइट, सो दे आर आल्सो प्रेशराइजिंग, तो बैलेंस करके तो रखना पड़ेगा ना बेटा। हम लोग इजराइल की तरफ ऑलरेडी हमारा है कि फेलियर ये कि तुम उन्हीं की तरफ मूव कर रहे हो, तुम्हारी आइडियोलॉजी उनके साथ में मैच करती है, राइट, जैसे कि हम लोग बात करें स्टार्टिंग हम सिर्फ पैलेस्टाइन को करते थे, इजराइल को हम सपोर्ट नहीं करते थे, राइट, बट देन वी लेटर ऑन लाइक शिफ्टेड टुवर्ड्स दैट, ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद ये दिखाया जा रहा है कि तुम पैलेस्टाइन को और उन कंट्रीज को सपोर्ट नहीं करते हो, राइट, यू आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स इजराइल ओनली, और इससे पहले ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होने से पहले हम ऑलरेडी इजराइल को सपोर्ट करते थे, ओपनली हम लोगों ने सपोर्ट किया, राइट, तो वो बैलेंस करके भी तो चलना पड़ेगा ना हमें। तो यही टाइम है जब हम लोग जो पहले हमने इजराइल को सपोर्ट दिखाया था, नाउ वी हैव टू शो द सपोर्ट टू ईरान आल्सो, एज आई टोल्ड यू दैट देयर इज अ रीजन टू। Saptarish, do you want to say something to this?
Ma'am, I want to ask another question here regarding this. Ma'am, the answer you have given is that we are choosing our interests above ideology because we are having ties.
No, we are not choosing our interest above ideology. That's not true. What's Indian's ideology? What's India's ideology? क्या है? हम एंटी इस्लामिक है? नहीं ना, नहीं ना, बिल्कुल भी ऐसा केस नहीं है, ठीक है। अगर हम ईरान को अपोज कर रहे हैं, अगर कोई भी कंट्री अपोज कर रही है तो उनकी आइडियोलॉजी वही है, राइट। क्या हम एंटी इजराइल है? नहीं। So why we are supporting or not supporting Iran? तुम्हारी आइडियोलॉजी क्या? According to you, what do you think India is following policy? Which policy we are following?
What I am seeing right now in current situation that India is taking a side of Israel. Like they chose a side which is they chose the thing that who is dominating the world, and they chose it. They chose the power over their ideology that they say that no one is our enemy and no one is.
देखो यहाँ पे ना एक और चीज है, ईरान के इतने बड़े बड़े लीडर्स को बेसिकली असैसिनेट किया जा रहा है, राइट, अली लालचिनी, राइट, सो ही इज अ नेशनल सिक्योरिटी गाय वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, राइट, ही वाज मैनेजिंग दैट। तो अब तुम सोचो अगर ईरान जैसी कंट्री के इतने बड़े लीडर को असैसिनेट किया जा सकता है, सो दिस इज अ कंसर्निंग इश्यू दैट इज कमिंग टू आवर कंट्री ऑल्सो, है ना। हम अपनी बात भी कर रहे हैं, क्या हमारे लोग वहां पर नहीं जाएंगे, क्या हमारे लोग असैसिनेट नहीं हो सकते हैं? if it could be done in such easy way, right? So this is something to be concerned about, right? And that's what exactly we are protecting ourselves with. ना हम इजराइल को अभी गुस्सा दिला रहे हैं, ना हम ईरान को कर रहे हैं, राइट? बिकॉज अगर ईरान के जैसे इतनी बड़ी कंट्री के लीडर्स के साथ में ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है, तो हमारे लीडर्स के साथ में भी हो सकता है ना? यस श्रीनिधि, यू आर आस्किंग वन क्वेश्चन बच्चा.
Ma'am, you have negated my statement that we are not supporting Israel or Iran. We are taking a balanced approach. My idea is that we are keeping our national interests at the foremost because we have ties with Israel. We have also ties with Iran. So we are not speaking against anyone. This is my viewpoint. But you have said that we are not following only interests. We are also following ideological path. Recently, I have read an article which said that all this war against Iran or all this in this all the Western countries are taking the path of just war theory. That is, war is justified because the cause is just. They are saying we are good people, we are attacking bad people. We are evil. Iran is evil. Iran is bad. So we are attacking it. This is the cause they are giving. It's almost very similar to just war theory we have discussed. But this is crossing international law. They are very clearly violating international law. And
Isn't it
who is
same to
just-
what? Isn't it same to what happened in Afghanistan and Pakistan? The same thing has been like said by them also when they attacked hospitals, right? So this so like every single time, if you'll see any attack right now, right, wherever it is happening, right, you'll see the same ideology that we were moving towards a defense. हम तो अपना डिफेंस कर रहे थे, सिक्योरिटी के लिए हमने किया था, राइट? हम लोग वो मेजरमेंट्स ले रहे थे, प्रिकॉशंस ले रहे थे. So you'll often see these words there, right? But we know if we talk about conflicts always and always rise because of ideology. ठीक है, ईरान और इजराइल के बीच में भी यही चीज हुआ था, राइट? ईरान की बात करें, उन्होंने कभी इजराइल को कंट्री समझा ही नहीं, ठीक है, एंटी इस्लामिक समझा, एंड सो रीजंस, राइट? देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स, राइट? तो वो सारी चीजें होती है आइडियोलॉजीज के बेसिस पर है. हाँ बच्चा, कंटिन्यू.
Yes, ma'am. So, but we should, as a country, as a nation, India, we support democracy, we support international law. So, we should speak up against this war because there is no cause to start this war. America has no cause to start war against Iran all of a sudden. But we are not doing that because mostly because of our own interests. We do not want to interfere and go with that. So that's why we are not. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that is the reason we are not going. The question I wanted to ask is that recently I have read another article which says that India started buying crude oil from Russia after America has given temporary permission, and it was also true. We have increased Russian imports of Russian crude oil, and America has given us permission. It is not very good to read this statement because it's
Because
almost
it's
as
like
if we do
USA
not have
is
sovereignty.
it's like USA is basically giving us authority. The sovereignty concept is
Yes.
somewhere gone, right? Is this the concept you are coming up with?
Yes, ma'am. Who is USA to give us permission? Why are we that much differential towards USA? And my concept is that we are not getting any benefits from USA, and we are also not that much afraid of USA. US can attack Iran, but it cannot attack India. So why do we still have this kind of foreign policy? This is my question. Without any advantages, still we are somewhat
The
differential.
last
towards
third
US.
statement of yours that USA can attack any other country but not India. What exactly it means?
It means that it can attack small countries like Venezuela or Iran without any fear of backlash, without any major damage. But starting a war with India is very damaging to itself also. It's not aligning with its interests, so it will not.
Okay. So you said like the question is that where is sovereignty in this, right? If we are like developing countries, we also have nuclear power. We are also standing somewhere in between, among other countries, right? But then still again, why US is, showing this superior or basically this power thing to us? Is this the question?
USA is showing power that is natural. My question is that why are we accepting this? If there are some benefits to us, if USA is giving us some benefit because of this attitude, because of good foreign ties, then we are gaining something that is acceptable. But USA is not giving any sort of advantage to us. So why are we still following this policy? That was my question.
Okay, अभी जो हमारा ये conflict है, right? If we talk about this conflict, right? So we are taking permission from US, वो trade वाला और उसके बाद basically जो हुआ था, right? That happened. If we go back from there, ठीक है? उन्होंने हम पे impose करी चीजें, right? So the fear is there. It's true. ठीक है कि वापस से वो taxation कर देंगे, वापस से वो चीजें करेंगे, right? और उसके बाद Strait of Hormuz का चल ही रहा है हमारा scenario, right? So yes, there is fear. To be very honest, there is fear, right? But if we are talking कि हमारा sovereignty वाला concept कहाँ है when it comes to developing countries ना, in environment issues also, right? And in basically, protection also, defense also, somewhere we are suppressed. It's very true, right? Chahe wo India ho ya fir koi bhi developing country ho, that's very true, right? And especially when we talk about USA nowadays, they are just following the policy of make in America great again, right? Ye policy ko follow kar rahe hain, right? So somewhere they are showing the superiority, right? But your question that why we are like following this, ठीक है? Exactly ये है कि fear है हमारे पास में, right? तो अगर तुम लॉन्ग टर्म में पूछोगे, इट विल बी लाइक एबल टू आउट लाइक ओवरकम द सिचुएशन, नो, इन फ्यूचर मे बी, बट टुडे वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस, वी आर अ डेवलपिंग कंट्री, ठीक है? अभी हम लोग उस अप्रोच तक नहीं पहुंचे हैं, राइट? एंड अनदर थिंग दैट वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड दिस वॉर, राइट? हम नहीं कर सकते हैं बिकॉज हमारा एजेंडा, हमारा गोल वो है ही नहीं, चाहे वो पाकिस्तान की लड़ाई हो, ठीक है? हम लोग अगर एंड करेंगे तो देयर इज जस्ट वन रीजन टू इट कि हमें लॉन्ग टर्म देखना है, राइट? एंड लॉन्ग टर्म इज व्हाट डेवलपमेंट, राइट? अदरवाइज विल बी लाइक मूव बिहाइंड लाइक 10 years बैक, ठीक है? तो वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड इट, ठीक है? Saptarishi, do you want to say something to this?
Yes, madam. So the fact is that right now India is not completely following strategic autonomy that India want to follow. There are certain factors to it, like India is right now listening to what America is saying because uh, India has some problems or some weaknesses regarding various sectors, like rare earth elements that India actually imports from China. So in a sense, India has to maintain a balance with China, and to control China, India need America in certain cases. As well as there is the element of oil. India doesn't have their own indigenous oil sector. India has to uh, get oil from outside, and we can see right now there is a big problem of LPG. We have very much little LPG. As a result, there are many problems happening around us. And the other factor is that American market is very big for Indian exports, and there is a surplus in this. India exports more to America, so India needs this American market, and Trump is actually threatening India with tariffs and all that. Though recently, American court actually stopped the tariff, but America is already investigating India regarding unfair economic tactics and all that. So if it actually comes at it, then Trump can uh, impose tariff again. So India is actually walking on a thin line because India has many things to lose. India is not totally developed because Indian rupee is so weak. India's industrial sector is not so much strong to
हम लोग डॉलर बेस्ड इकोनॉमी यूज करते हैं, वी आर यूजिंग डॉलर बेस्ड इकोनॉमी, तो वी आर डिपेंडेंट। आईएमएफ की बात करें तो वो भी वो चीज कंट्रोल कर रहा है, राइट? मोस्ट ऑफ द पावर इज देयर ऑन यूज साइड ओनली, ठीक है? तो इट्स ट्रू, देयर इज फियर इनसाइड अस एंड इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट अस, ठीक है? चाहे तुम किसी भी कंट्री को उठाओगे, यू विल बेसिकली सी दैट फियर ओनली। अच्छा, अगर ये सिचुएशन चली रही है, ठीक है, कभी पाकिस्तान अफगानिस्तान को अटैक कर रहा है, राइट? कभी यूएस जो डोमिनेंस दिखा रहा है ईरान और इराक पे, ठीक है? हमेशा जो है कंफ्लिक्ट हमें देख रहा है, ठीक है? तो अगर हम बात करें तो इट्स लाइक दैट ऑल कंट्रीज आर लाइक इन सम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स टुगेदर। तो फिर वर्ल्ड वॉर क्यों नहीं बना देते हैं इस चीज को? क्योंकि कोई भी कंट्री उस चीज में चाहेगा ही नहीं। अगर हम यूएस की बात करें ना, इवन यूएस डज नॉट वांट कि फुल वॉर हो, राइट? सो देयर इज अ रीजन टू इट। छोटे छोटे वॉर होंगे ना तो उसे उस चीज का फायदा हो रहा है। कैसे फायदा हो रहा है? वो यहाँ से इक्विपमेंट ले लेते हैं, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वहां से जाएगा, राइट? तो छोटी छोटी चीज इट्स लाइक इकोनॉमिकली वो डेवलप कर रहा है, ठीक है? तो सेम चीज तुम्हें याद होगा यूएसए और सोवियत यूनियन के टाइम पर हुई थी, राइट? तो वही चीज करे जब कोलिशन बने थे, राइट? सो वो चाहता है लड़ाई हो, बट इस एक्सटेंट पर ना हो कि वो उनका लॉस हो जाए, राइट? बस इस एक्सटेंट तक हो कि इकोनॉमिकली वो डेवलप कर सके, खुद को सुपीरियर दिखा सके, दैट आई एम द वन हु इज सॉल्विंग दीज कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स। जब पाकिस्तान और इंडिया का भी हुआ था तो यूएसए सेड द सेम थिंग। ट्रम्प ने क्या चीज बोली थी कि मैंने सॉल्व करवाई है वो सिचुएशन, राइट? सो दिस इज नथिंग बट जस्ट शोइंग द पावर। और वही चीज, वही आइडियोलॉजी हमारे दिमाग में बैठ चुकी है, एंड यस दिस इज नथिंग बट अ फियर। बट उसके बाद में अगर हम बात करें तो मोस्ट ऑफ द पावर इज इन हैंड ऑफ यूएसए ओनली, ठीक है? सुपीरियरिटी वहां पर है, देयर इज नो डाउट टू इट, अंडरस्टैंड?
Yes, ma'am.
But the fact remains that in this case, after the assassination of the Iranian supreme leader, India could have said something. I mean, Indian government could have said something, because I don't think just condemning or actually uh, expressing sadness or something like that would actually affect India's relation with Israel at this point, because Prime Minister just came from Israel and there is a strong bond between India and Israel. I think that Indian government could have done that to maintain a good relation with Iran also, because Strait of Hormuz is a big important choke point that India has to use, because India has Chabahar port there, as well as India's 38% crude oil comes from that strait. So in a sense, India could have done that, but India actually did that after a few days. But that is the point. I mean, India could have done that, but there was a missed chance or missed opportunity there. But, this is what we
And
are. Our foreign policy is working with right.
क्या हुआ?
And I want
What
to
is
say
it?
another point. We in 1972 we are not this afraid. We are not this differential. We are not afraid to oppose USA at that time, and we are even weaker at that point in time in any sense. So
See,
if we can do
this
that at
power
that
na,
time,
this like comes from like years and years, right? It's not built like in one day या फिर 1 year, ठीक है? It like goes back. जब US was there और सोवियत यूनियन was there, ठीक है? चलो सोवियत यूनियन चला गया, ठीक है? वो पावर डिवाइड हो गई, right? But we had US, ठीक है? कोई भी ह्यूमन रिसोर्स की बात आती है, वॉर की हाँ बात आती है, राइट? हम लोग कंसीडर करते हैं यूएस का ओपिनियन, ठीक है? एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द पावर इज इन हैंड ऑफ यूएस ओनली, चाहे वो डॉलर इकोनॉमी की बात हो या फिर वो आईएमएफ हो, राइट? किसी भी चीज में हो, यूएन में हो, किसी भी चीज में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, तो वी आर कंसीडरिंग यूएस. We each and every country, right, we together made US superior, right? And I'm not talking about borders, we are talking about ideologically, ठीक है? US का नाम सुनते ही superiority आती है, right? So this is why we consider it, ठीक है? तो ऐसा कहीं लिखा नहीं हुआ है कि तुम्हें कंसीडर करना है या फिर नहीं करना है. ऐसी सेम सिचुएशन ना वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 के टाइम पे हुई थी. जर्मनी ने क्या करा था, ठीक है? जर्मनी के साथ में बेसिकली उन्होंने क्या धीरे धीरे ना शुरू पोलैंड को उन्होंने हथियाना शुरू करा, ठीक है? धीरे धीरे उन्होंने चीजें हथियानी शुरू करी थी, राइट? अगर उस टाइम पर फ्रांस और ब्रिटेन चाहते तो रोक सकते थे, राइट? बट दे वेटेड फॉर नो रीजन, दे वेटेड, राइट? फिर उसके बाद में जब उन्होंने फाइनली पोलैंड को बेसिकली अपनाया, हथियाया, फिर बोल सकते हैं हम लोग, राइट? व्हेन दे कैप्चर्ड इट, देन दे रिएक्टेड. फिर उसके बाद में वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 हुआ, राइट? पहले ही क्यों नहीं रोक लिया गया, राइट? जब हिटलर की आइडियोलॉजी पता थी, राइट? वो डिक्टेटरशिप पर था पूरा का पूरा. So they should have like stopped it back then, right? But they did not, right? So the same situation is over here also. US की dominance, US का जो power है, हमने इतने टाइम से देखा है, so we adapted it. So it's nothing but ideological. Borders का तो बाद में आता है, पहले it's like the mindset of each and every leader. जब हम लोग बात करते हैं अफगानिस्तान के, सॉरी, ईरान के लीडर की, लार्जिनी की अगर हम बात करते हैं, राइट? हु डाइड, राइट? अभी कुछ दिन पहले. सो इफ वी टॉक अबाउट हिम, ठीक है? तो क्यों मान रहे थे लोग कि फाइनली देयर विल बी लाइक फ्यू चेंजेस विल सी? क्योंकि ही हैव लाइक डन पीएचडी, ठीक है? ही वाज लाइक अ स्कॉलर, ठीक है? वो न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स में भी इंक्लूडेड थे, ठीक है? ही डिड सम नेगोशिएशन एट दैट सच लेवल, एट सच हाई लेवल, ठीक है? जब उन्होंने इतना काम किया है तो वहां के लोग भी सोच रहे थे चलो ठीक है, एटलीस्ट फ्यू चेंजेस विल सी इन द सोसाइटी. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट आइडियोलॉजिकली वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. और जब तक आइडियोलॉजी चेंज नहीं होगी, दिस वॉर विल नेवर एवर स्टॉप. एंड देयर इज अ रीजन दैट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि अभी तक किसी भी कंट्री ने फुल वॉर नहीं डिक्लेयर किया है. क्या उनके पास न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स नहीं है? क्या वो कैपेबल नहीं है? टेक्नोलॉजी का इंक्लूड है, अब तो एआई है, इजीली इट कुड बी डन. गिरा दो आप किसी कंट्री पे, खत्म हो जाएगी. बट वी आर नॉट डूइंग इट. दिस इज नथिंग बट जस्ट शोइंग पावर टू ईच अदर, और जो कि यूएस कर ही रहा है, ठीक है? यूएस का इंटरवेन इतना ज्यादा क्यों हो रहा है? हर तुम सुबह के आर्टिकल में हमेशा तुम पहली हेडलाइन यूएस पढ़ते हो. सो देयर इज अ रीजन टू इट. वो चाहता है एंड वी आर गिविंग इट दैट टू हिम, नथिंग एल्स. यस, anyone who wants to continue with it?
Yes, ma'am. I can say that actually USA wants that war happens all around the world, because USA is run by the money of the arms dealers. The biggest weapon companies are situated in USA, and they run the government actually. And so the whole capitalist society of USA is run by this the armed deals, or armed dealings around the world. So they want war, but in case of Iran, they didn't actually anticipate that this would take so long. I mean, Iran would actually counterattack, and this would become a 3-4 weeks. It is going on continuing. So actually, America didn't thought that this would actually continue for so long. They thought that few missiles would actually work, but ultimately their plan backfired, and ultimately they are in the war situation. But USA in regard of war, US actually wants war around the world because the weapons are controlled by them, as well as the market is very much controlled by dollars. So they would not actually experience inflation in their country because they can print dollar how much they want and actually distribute them in money because the global order is controlled by dollar. So at the moment, USA has so much power because of dollar as well as weapon. But right now, BRICS is trying to come up with their own currency to counter that. But let's hope that in future dollar gets weak and we can stand against USA at that point. But right now, USA has superior authority over everyone.
Mhm.
Hello, Saptarishi. I don't think USA wants to promote war right now because if USA does promote war now, Chinese economy will be rising. USA doesn't want China to rise up again because you know what happened during the 70s and 80s, right? How the Maoist plan and all made China a world power back then. After USA invested in China, it has become a global power. So USA doesn't want war to happen. So that's what I want to say. And also one more thing is
Yes,
something happens to Iran, China will be the first one to react. USA can blow up Iran completely, but it doesn't want to do it. Like it's still waiting for Iran to, show up its complete
Surrender
nuclear.
unconditionally. Waiting for Iran to surrender unconditionally. Do you think that can happen?
What? I didn't
uh,
pardon.
America
okay.
is
So
America waiting?
Iran would not surrender unconditionally because there is the case of pride, and so Iran would not do so. But America
Yes.
actually wants that. Trump actually expressed his
Yes.
desire for
Yes.
that. But as as we said that America doesn't want war, but the fact is, yes, in certain cases, not all, because America doesn't want war against its own interest. America wants to control the conflicts around the world. Not this conflict of Middle East is going against America's control. So in a sense, this America doesn't want. But in certain cases, if the conflict is being controlled by America, like for example, they want the conflict between India and Pakistan to continue for a long time because both of these countries would buy weapons from USA. I'm not saying complete war. I'm saying the
Yes,
conflict
absolutely.
that is
This
going on.
statement sounds good now. America doesn't want war directly, but it wants to control the global things. So this statement
Yes,
sounds
yes,
good.
that,
The war
yes.
direct one is like that's little controversial. Srinidhi, you were saying something, right? So can you please tell
No,
it
no.
again?
You were saying you are saying that USA is waiting for Iran to come forward for negotiations. That's what you are going to say. That's why I
Yeah.
said that US asked for unconditional surrender from Iran. I don't think that was a reasonable request or it can happen. I- it is an impossible request. That is not a tactic for negotiations or ending war. So USA doesn't want to end war now.
Yeah,
What as
that's
what?
right. I agree with that. But if you saw the news of day before yesterday, i.e. on 18th March, I guess, Iran has
Hmm.
attacked on Qatar's largest oil production in the world. Yeah, Khobar, on Al Khobar. So USA waited even after that. But USA gave a statement that Israel won't be attacking on Iran again, though it attacked on Qatar, but it is waiting for the second attack on that. If Iran does attack on that again, it will be totally deteriorated. Yes. So that's how it is going. The war's impact is like has not ended yet. We don't know the complete impact yet. So it is still happening. That's what I say.
Anyone else? किसी और को कुछ बोलना है? Saptarishi, Srinidhi, what happened, you people?
No.
Okay, it can continue, but it would actually go on for a long time, and then the whole class will be just we talking about this war and all that. So I think we should stop here at this point.
See, for India, it's using strategic autonomy. It's not ki we are not basically we are listening. Okay, we are listening each and every country, like we listen US also, right? But other than that, what India is saying that we'll listen to you and we'll see that if we can implement your thoughts or ideologies into our action or not, right? And then we are working towards it. Okay, and other than that, we are finding balance between each and every country because we need these countries for Straits of Hormuz also, right? These Gulf countries also for oil also, production also, AI also, technology also, right? So we cannot lose any country right now. We cannot afford, not because we are not capable, but we have like different goals. ठीक है, हमें डेवलपमेंट की तरफ जाना है ना, वॉर की exactly, it will, and that's why we are basically moving with this autonomy, right? This is a strategy that we are reacting to. ये इसका रीजन है, बहुत बड़ा रीजन है इसका, इसीलिए हम लोगों ने वॉर भी पाकिस्तान के साथ में नहीं किया था, right? So there is a reason to it. और स्टार्टिंग से if you look at the history ना, you'll observe कि हमने हमेशा से बैलेंस फाइंड आउट करने की कोशिश की है. So this is the smart move according to me. Anyone else? और कुछ तुम्हारे मन की भड़ास रह गई हो? Are you asking question? No? It's clear? No, it was done. क्या कर रहे थे हम लास्ट क्लास में?
We are talking about the concept of soul through the views of Western philosophers. We did Plato, we did Aristotle, and we started Descartes also.
Okay, so we understood about Descartes. ठीक है, so Descartes said
We
that
are
soul. हाँ बच्चा.
we are continuing with Descartes. I think we didn't complete it, but we are doing Descartes.
Okay, we'll revise this and then we'll move to the other thing. ठीक है, body and mind पे he said it. ठीक है, when we talk about mind, what did he consider mind to be? Soul. And when we talk about body, he considered to be something called physical. ठीक है, matter he considered. ठीक है, now what he was saying, body और mind के बारे में क्या बोल रहा था? हर्षित.
So he wrote that there's a plant called pineal gland, which is at the center of the mind. So that's what coordinates the mind and body.
So what he was saying that these two things are what? These are different things that we have. Completely different things, right? As other philosophers were saying that these are, one thing, right? But इन्होंने क्या बोला? इन्होंने बोला दोनों चीजें अलग हैं, right? अब उसके बाद क्वेश्चन आ रहा है that if they are different, then how they are affecting to us? आ रहा है कैसे affect कर रहा है हमें? The question is that if these two things are different according to Descartes, then how these things are affecting us? फिर react कैसे कर रही है वो? By whose command? क्या था? क्या रिवाइज नहीं किया ना घर जाके? क्या थ्योरी थी इसकी?
Which controls the command of our body, it gives the command to react to the body. So, with the help of human, our body and soul coordinate with each other.
Okay, now he got criticism also, right? So the criticism that he got is, that he basically, gave a location, लेकिन कोई mechanism नहीं दिया उसने अपनी theory का, right? So basically question यहाँ पर अभी भी यही रहता है that how can something non-physical, right, can push something physical, ठीक है? Something non-physical किसी physical thing को कैसे push कर सकता है? Saptarishi, what is non-physical and physical thing over here?
Physical thing is the body or the different objects in the universe that is following the physical rules and laws of nature. That is the physical objects, the physical things.
ओके उसके बाद में दूसरी चीज क्या थी कि साइंस ने इस चीज से डिसएग्री करा। तो साइंस ने क्या बोला, जो पीनियल ग्लैंड का जो तुम एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रहे हो, ठीक है, वो सिर्फ बेसिकली आता है सिर्फ रेगुलेट करने के लिए, स्लीप के लिए, ठीक है, जो तुम थ्योरी दे रहे हो ना पीनियल ग्लैंड को यूज करने के लिए, दैट्स नॉट इवन एफिशिएंट, दैट्स नॉट इवन इनफ, दैट्स नॉट इनफ टू एक्सप्लेन द कंसेप्ट ऑफ सोल, राइट? तुम इसको एग्जैजरेट कर रहे हो, दिस इज व्हाट साइंस सेड टू हिम, ठीक है। तो ये जो सोल का इंटरेक्शन की तुम बात कर रहे हो, व्हाट साइंस सेड दैट देयर इज नो प्रूफ टू इट, ठीक है। सो दैट साइंटिफिक डेटा दैट ही वाज कमिंग अप विद, राइट, इट वाज क्रिटिसाइज्ड, ठीक है, समझ में आया यहाँ तक। फिर उसके बाद में एक बहुत बड़ी इशू आया कि अगर हम सोल की बात करते हैं तो ना सोल पे मास है ना ही कोई एनर्जी है, राइट। बॉडी की बात करें तो फिजिकल मैटर है, राइट। तो व्हाट क्वेश्चन केम अप दैट दिस समथिंग नॉन फिजिकल, ठीक है, ये फिजिकल मूवमेंट कैसे कर सकती है ये चीज, ठीक है, ये वाला क्वेश्चन है उसका, ठीक है। अंडरस्टूड टिल हियर, गॉट इट?
Yes.
Ma'am, can you please clarify, according to Descartes, what's the functions of the mind and what's the functions of body?
Okay, so according to Descartes, body was something to be physical, ठीक है, जो कि मैटर भी है, राइट, एंड समथिंग कैन बी सीन आल्सो, ठीक है। वो सारी प्रॉपर्टीज व्हिच वी कैन थिंक ऑफ इन मैटर, राइट, ऑल दीज फीचर्स वर ओवर हियर, राइट। बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू माइंड, ठीक है, इट वाज कंसीडर्ड एज सोल, ठीक है। So it means mind is not working, right? So the soul is finished over here, right? So each and everything was connected with what? With pineal gland, ठीक है। सिर्फ इतने फीचर्स उसने बताए थे ऑफ दिस माइंड, ठीक है। बट बायोलॉजिकली साइंस के अकॉर्डिंग दिस pineal gland does not have these features which is was explaining and connecting it with the soul. समझ आया बच्चा?
Ma'am, I did not completely understand. He said that body is physical matter and what are its functions? That is, we feel, we see, sensory perception. These are functions of body.
All
And
these
and what are the functions of mind according to him? What does mind do?
माइंड में सिर्फ एक ही फीचर उसने बताया, दैट इज ऑफ पीनियल ग्लैंड, दैट इट इज प्रेजेंट ओवर हियर एंड दिस पीनियल ग्लैंड इज रिलेटेड टू सोल, दिस इज इट, दिस इज द ओनली थ्योरी ही गेव, right? And to this other philosophers also criticize him that this is not the complete theory that you are coming up with, right? This concept of soul is something something beyond our imagination, right? And it's such a big concept, so how can you explain this with such short concept of pineal gland, okay? This on the basis of this he got the criticism, okay? Srinidhi bachcha.
Yes, ma'am. He
Saptarishi?
said that he told that mind and body are connected through pineal gland.
Yes.
Yes, sir. What you asked?
Understood till here? कुछ पूछना है?
Yes. No, ma'am. I got it.
Okay. Srinidhi बच्चा अंडरस्टूड, विल बी डिस्कसिंग डेकार्ट्स मोर इन डिटेल्स, ठीक है, कि एग्जैक्टली माइंड में क्या बोला जाता था, ठीक है, थिंकिंग इंक्लूड होती थी उसमें, राइट, वी आर इंक्लूडिंग बेसिकली इमेजिनेशन आल्सो, उसके साथ साथ में फीलिंग्स भी इंक्लूड करते हैं, राइट, वी आर इंक्लूडिंग डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव व्हेन इट कम्स टू माइंड, राइट। उसके बाद में इट्स लाइक अगर हम थिंकिंग की बात करते हैं, राइट, यस सप्तरिषि, डू यू वांट टू से समथिंग?
I want to just add that Descartes actually wasn't able to make a coherent system regarding this, and he used the concept of God whenever he got stuck. So, in a sense, he used this idea of pineal gland because it was something that was discovered at that moment when he was actually working on this idea. So, when something like that was discovered, he thought that these things might be related with each other. So, he used pineal gland at that moment.
Can you repeat again? I couldn't understand, Saptarishi.
I said that during this time when he was working with this idea of mind and soul, at that moment, the pineal gland was something that was discovered newly. So he and the work of pineal gland was not known to people, humans. So in essence, he used this idea to connect these things at that time. But later on, we know what pineal gland does, and there is nothing like that, as Descartes actually explained in his ideas. So we know now that he was wrong, but at that moment, he used this because pineal gland was something mysterious at that moment that humans actually discovered. That is my point. And other thing is that Descartes couldn't give any coherent system or mechanical system to explain his ideas, so he used God whenever he got stuck in his ideas. I feel like that.
Okay. So we do not need to compare each and every aspect of Descartes right now, because we have to just connect it with the soul. ठीक है, basic theory समझनी है, because our in Western philosophy will be reading in much more detail. ठीक है, he read it, so he is basically explaining this, right? But जो main और जो basic concept है, right, you'll be confused otherwise, right? नॉन फिजिकल की बात अगर हम करें, इमटेरियल की बात करें, तो माइंड के पास में ना कोई शेप है, ना कोई साइज है, राइट? एंड वी डू नॉट हैव एनी लोकेशन ऑल्सो, जैसे कि फिजिकल ऑब्जेक्ट में होती है, माइंड में हमारे पास में नहीं है। ठीक है, श्रीनिधि, अंडरस्टूड बच्चा?
Yes, ma'am.
राइट, उसके बाद में इट इज इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ बॉडी, मतलब माइंड इज नॉट इक्वल टू बॉडी। ठीक है, व्हाट इट सेज कि बॉडी एग्जिस्ट कर सकती है बिना माइंड के, ठीक है, डेड बॉडी इज देयर, राइट? लेकिन माइंड क्या है, एग्जिस्ट करता है, माइंड एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर सकता बिना बॉडी के। ठीक है, दैट इज लाइक आफ्टर डेथ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, राइट? सो इसका मतलब होता है डुअलिज्म। ठीक है, अब इसके बाद में what did he say, that you can doubt each and everything right now, world को भी कर सकते हो, body को भी कर सकते हो, right? But you cannot doubt your own thinking, right? So that mind is what, that is certain, and this is basically, you know, undoubtable. ठीक है, समझ में आया? So what did he say, that more body can be this body can be divided. ठीक है, hands are there, legs are there, everything is there, right? But when we talk about this mind, this will not be divided. ठीक है, understood till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Srinidhi, what did you understand? Repeat it quickly.
Yes, ma'am. Descartes introduced the theory of mind-body dualism. According to him, mind and body are completely different. Body is physical matter that we can see, and the physical perception that is there, it follows physical laws and biological laws also. That is body. According to him, mind functions of mind are thinking, and it is independent of body also. He says that these two are completely different, and but they are also connected. They work together when we are alive. These are connected through pineal gland. Pineal gland connects mind with body, and together they body absorbs the physical matter and perceives physical sensory perception is there, but mind identifies and mind thinks. That is what Descartes gave on the mind body dualism.
Okay, good. Good question. सवाल, जवाब?
They can't explain that body and mind is interconnected with the help of human hand, where but where he says that body is depending on mind, but mind is a created being which can exist after life as well. And he mentioned that the mind is not equal to body. And he gives the concept of I think therefore I exist. It means that if he is able to think, it means he is existing.
ठीक है, हर्षित?
Basically, Descartes theory that mind and body are separate things, but they are correlated through pineal gland, which exists in the mind of our human body. So he talked about the soul and physical matter duality. And also he told that mind can exist even without body also. The body is also perceived as a dead body after death, but a mind cannot really exist, a soul can really exist even after death. So that's what basically he gave. And he also gave a popular quote like, I think, therefore I exist, which means nobody can separate the thinking. I mean, nobody can influence the thinking of one.
Okay, there are few more philosophers will be reading. ठीक है, एक ही कर लेते हैं, because Western philosophy में you will be reading this philosopher, then you will be able to connect this. ठीक है, अभी थोड़ा डिटेल में अगर बता दूंगी कि लॉक के बारे में बता दिया है, ठीक है, कि ऑलरेडी लॉक के बारे में जो हम थ्योरी पढ़ेंगे, या फिर हम लोग अभी जो कांट के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, राइट? यू विल बी रीडिंग दीज फिलोसफीज इन वेस्टर्न फिलोसफी, ठीक है? ठीक है, तो अब इसके बाद में हमारे पास में आता है कांट. हर्ड अबाउट हिज दैट एवो? कौन सी थ्योरी समझी इसकी? अच्छा, हाँ, तो डिएंटोलॉजी और यूटिलिटेरियनिज्म छोड़ना मत. हाँ, हाँ,
Soul exists after body. So, if the soul is existing after body, it means it's a ghost, isn't it?
That तो you can like could have like asked when we were doing Indian philosophy also. Descartes में ही क्यों पूछा? आप तो मुझे ये बताओ पहले.
क्योंकि ऐसा मेंशन करना that body and soul is different and soul exists, body can die and soul exists beyond the body. तो ये exactly mention इसी में ऐसा किया गया है. इसके पहले तो they were like talking about liberation, but he didn't talk about liberation. He said that soul exists independently. It means जब भी मर गया इंसान तो फिर soul exist करेगी. It not go to the liberation.
Okay, so there are many philosophers जिनकी incomplete philosophies तुम्हें मिलेगी, ठीक है? तो will not find sense to it, ठीक है? अभी जैसे तुम्हारे क्वेश्चन का भी सेंस नहीं था, तुम्हारा सवाल था कि क्या वो घोस्ट है या नहीं, ठीक है? अब अगेन आई हैव टू लाइक रीड अबाउट दिस आल्सो, ठीक है? अब मुझे पढ़ना पड़ेगा, ढूंढना पड़ेगा कुछ तो इसका आंसर, ठीक है? So I'll come with a better answer related to this. But when it comes to philosophers, you will find, you know, their philosophy is incomplete, right? Irrelevant, impossible to understand. But then again, being a philosopher, you have to understand also. You have to make it, you know, you have to accept it also. ठीक है? Accept के साथ साथ में you have to write it also, and then you have to score 300 plus also. ठीक है? So you do not have any option other than that. ठीक है? Wow, Arya.
You mean you have to let it go?
Yeah, in some cases you have to. Otherwise, कुछ चीजें ऐसी आएंगी which will like change your perspective of this world. अच्छा, when you like read about Descartes' theory, so how did it feel to you? नहीं, like you know, he gave this mind and body separation dualism concept. So how did you feel after reading this?
According to me, it is justified at a level. Like if we think about who we are, we only focus on our mind. Other than that, we count our body part as a part. But when we are questioning ourselves, we only concentrate on our mind. Even though when we are meditating, we focus on the presence of our mind. So in that way, we can say that he is true to some extent, but not completely. Like according to me, feeling gland is also a part of body. So we can't separate it and say that it's a soul and after all parts are body. So in that way, we cannot say completely. But if we go through the process of meditation, at that time we concentrate on our mind, which makes us feel at another level. It means that something is there present which makes us superior. According to our, it means which makes us superior to compare that to compare to our body. And like they are parts only, but if we are talking about mind, it's something which is superior than our body. So in that way we can say.
How did you feel, Sir Srinidhi, after reading Descartes?
Ma'am,
Is it making sense to you?
Ma'am?
Is it making sense to you? Is Descartes making sense?
No, ma'am. Not just Descartes. I do not believe in mind-body dualism or body and soul dualism. Any kind of dualism, I feel that it came from wrong ethical values and wrong moral values taught by religion. Or
So it's like the whole concept we have like read so far of religion didn't make sense to you. How will you write the paper?
I understand what they're saying. I just do not accept it myself. I
You
can
know,
still
like
write the
when you'll be writing main answer, you have to write those things which you do not believe in.
Yes, ma'am.
So how will you fight with that?
I just have to know what they're saying to write it. I do not have to accept it to be able to understand or write or
Now, if
explain.
I have to like give example of tolerance, acceptance in my ethics class, then I will give it of like her example, Srinidhi. I will put her name in tolerance and acceptance. क्या कल क्यों छुट्टी है? क्यों छुट्टी है कल? नहीं, ये इस सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. ना ही ये सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट तुम्हें बता रही है. तो कल आना है. Is it fine? You want छुट्टी? Okay. You want छुट्टी? You want to celebrate online students?
I have no problem regarding any situation. I can do class. I have no problem regarding whatever. Yes, please.
मतलब छुट्टी होगी तो भी तुम खुश रहोगे?
I mean, if class is there, I would do the class. If there is a holiday, I would study. So everything is okay for me.
ठीक है, चलो.
Ma'am, before we continue, I also want to know your view about this mind-body dualism, body-soul dualism or mind-body dualism. Do you
If
believe
I
in
believe in this theory or no, I don't believe in this theory. Okay. Descartes is to me is kind of a philosopher, a child who gives a theory and he becomes happy. ठीक है. अब वो ऐसे छोटे बच्चे होते हैं ना कि चलो कुछ एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता तो मैं तो एग्जिस्ट करता हूँ and he's happy with that. ठीक है. So he came with like such when I like first read him. ठीक है. In graduation I read him in my first year and I was so happy that I was reading philosophy and it was like something very big to me, right? And I took out his like original text and I started reading it. ठीक है. And in his original text, he exaggerated each and everything so much that I cannot even tell you, right? That do you know that whatever you are believing is something wrong? And he started questioning each and everything. And I thought like he's gonna come with like something very big philosophy, okay? And when I like kept on reading him, okay, at the end he came with this idea that okay, if nothing exists, I exist, and it was very very foolish. So that's how it was when I read his original text. And about his dualism theory, I do not believe in this. Even I
not
reject.
not only Descartes' dualism theory, ma'am. Most of Western philosophers and almost every Indian philosophy believes in dualism.
Why do you want to know my ideology? मैं थोड़ी ना दे रही हूँ paper. Okay, okay. If you talk about me, I don't believe in soul. Okay, I don't think that it exists. Okay, and I do not believe in this, rebirth concept also. Okay, but if you'll ask me that if I believe in such power or not, I have like some, concepts where I feel that okay, something like could like exist, right? Because when we talk about universe, we being human beings, I also believe in this theory that we human beings we do not know each and everything, right? So I have this like open door where if anything surprises me, I'm ready to take it. So I have this concept that there might be power, right? So I'm ready to accept it. But this soul concept, till now, there is not a single theory which can convince me and which will, make me think that okay, existence of soul is there, right? Not a single theory, to be very honest.
No, ma'am. Not about in the supernatural sense, our soul exists or not. Not that sense. In the moral sense, that is mind-body dualism. In the moral sense, that some theories say that our body is a cage for our soul, or soul is something pure and that exists, and some split is there in ourselves. Some split is there. Some part of is reason, pure and emotion, and another part is desire, and we are weak and physical body. This moral split. Do you accept this kind of moral split?
In some part, yes, I do. Because I mean every day also there is like lots of example where we feel this, right? When we are going through something, our emotions are like the greatest example of this. So if I have to explain this, that if I like, and I partially believe in this, right? When it comes to the sense of emotions, in that context I believe in it. But other than that, yes, again, not a single theory which can like logically convince me, right? But when we look at the other part of emotions, somewhere I feel that yes, these things could be true. Again, could be true but not true. Okay, so it's like 50-50 here.
Yes.
Anything else? See, being a philosopher, you have to understand कि there is no reality and there is no fakeness. ठीक है? There will be like as again, ठीक है, जैसे वेस्टर्न और इंडियन में डिवीजन है, वैसे ही बेसिकली इन चीजों में भी डिवीजन एंड फिलोसफी, राइट? सो यू हैव टू ओपन योरसेल्फ विद ईच एंड एवरी एस्पेक्ट. ठीक है? If you have certain ideology, keep it, but there should be like strong evidence to it, right? There should be like strong reasoning to it. Okay, do not believe just because that certain philosopher that is favorite of yours, right? That is why you are believing in it, right? So make sure that basically reasoning is coming out of it, and some scientific things are coming out of it, some factual things is coming out of it. ठीक है? उसके अलावा being a philosopher, do not believe on any such thing. ठीक है? तब तक तो बिल्कुल नहीं जब तक तुम्हें कोई proper reasonable thing नहीं मिल जाती. There are so many things which I have read, right? But अब तक मुझे philosophy ने कुछ ऐसा concept नहीं दिया which can make me properly engage to that topic. कि हाँ, ये चीज तो exist करती है और ये चीज exist नहीं करती है. So I'm also a learner like you. I'm also trying to find answers. Anything else, बच्चा?
In this regard, I just want to say a line said by Swami Vivekananda. He said that while understanding life and philosophy, in this case, we can stay without belief, in a room, in a house, but we have to keep our windows open for the knowledge to come, the knowledge to flow. So, in essence, the idea, whatever we believe, we can stay with that, but we can keep our mind or the windows open for the other, all the other knowledge to flow within us to enjoy or actually take the gist from these ideas.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, it's pretty early, man, but middle one is very important because people ask you.
So why we are not getting holiday? I asked them. देख रहे हैं. Why we are not getting holiday? These students are asking. हर्षित छुट्टी चाहिए ना?
It is one day.
You are taking weekend batches somewhere? तो सो सैटरडे संडे को एक ही तो क्लास होती होगी तुम्हारी.
Saturday classes with here 11 to 12:30 is your philosophy class. And again, somewhere I have to come here. 12:30 to 1:30 current affairs class की chance.
करंट अफेयर्स देख रहे हो तुम? पढ़ते हो न्यूज़पेपर? पढ़ रहे हो?
But I told you, as I told you, I get a source from Telegram.
हम्म.
I follow that. Somebody email them.
चलो. ओके, एवरीथिंग क्लियर. पॉलिटिक्स असाइड, सब कुछ साइड में रख दे अभी. डाउट्स वगैरह सब कुछ. चल, अब हम लोग चलते हैं कांट की तरफ. ठीक है. नाउ ही टॉक्स अबाउट सोल एंड ही टॉक्स अबाउट मोरालिटी. मोरालिटी वाला कंसेप्ट आई हैव लाइक टोल्ड यू. व्हाट वाज इट? So what did he say? That science cannot prove about the soul. Okay, but morality can prove about soul, right? So he asked that how can moral life make sense without soul? Okay, can this make sense without soul? So he basically asked about this, comparing it with soul. Okay, so what did he ask basically? He said that soul is not provable. ठीक है, theoretically तुम उसे prove ही नहीं कर सकते हो, right? If we try to prove theoretically, तो reasons की वजह से वो fail हो जाएगा, right? But it is necessary, right? Practical reasoning जो है demand करती है इस चीज को, right? Now what is this practical reason? Practical reason का मतलब क्या होता है? निधि,
Yes, ma'am.
what is practical reason, बच्चा? Niधि, did you take GS here?
No, ma'am.
And Saptarishi, you?
No, ma'am.
You took GS, na? Yes. Practical reasons.
Immanuel Kant gave 3 postulates of practical reason. He explained these in the moral argument he has given to prove God.
Practical reason, bacha.
I then I do not know, ma'am, practical reason.
Okay. Practical reason is thinking about how we should act. Okay. Now, when we talk about it, so we are not only talking about facts, but about duty also, about right versus wrong also, ठीक है, about good and bad also, right, about the moral goals also, ठीक है. तो ये सारी की सारी चीजें हम क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, right? Now when we talk about his moral argument, उन्होंने क्या बोला कि human aims for this highest good, ठीक है. वो किस चीज की तरफ एम करता है human? Highest good क्या है? How will you define highest good, Saptarishi? Huh?
Highest good is to do the moral law, follow the moral laws without any enforcement, like doing for the betterment of the society, not for because it is enforced or something like that.
Exactly. So he basically gives his theory summum bonum, where we talks about what? We talks about virtue. ठीक है. Now this is the highest morality we are talking about. ठीक है. जब हम लोग highest morality की बात करते हैं तो क्या बोल रहे हैं हम लोग? Perfect morality. ठीक है. Happiness की बात कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. मतलब In real life, people are, good people suffer, right? But when we talk about these bad people, they enjoy. ठीक है? So according to them, this justice is incomplete. ठीक है? ऐसा होता है ना कि जो बुरा करते हैं उनके साथ ज्यादा अच्छा हो जाता है, जो अच्छा करते हैं उनके साथ बुरा ही होता है, right? So according to philosophers, this is very injustice, right? And this is something to be changed, right? Now when we talk about this, he basically gives a solution. ठीक है? उन्होंने बोला कि immortality को तुम लोग assume करो, right? Now for justice to be fulfilled, soul must like continue after death also, right? अब क्योंकि इसी लाइफ में हमें परफेक्शन नहीं मिल सकती है, राइट? वी नीड दिस अनदर लाइफ आल्सो, राइट? सो मोरल प्रोग्रेस कैन कंटिन्यू इवन आफ्टर लाइफ आल्सो, ठीक है? सो व्हाट डिड ही बिलीव इन? ही बिलीव्ड इन आफ्टर लाइफ, ठीक है? समझ आया? तो उसने किस चीज को कंपेयर करा इससे? सोनम मोरम, दैट इज अबाउट द वर्च्यू, हैप्पीनेस पे उन्होंने इस चीज को कंपेयर करा, ठीक है? अब व्हाट डिड ही से? दैट वी कैन नॉट प्रूव सोल बट वी मस्ट बिलीव इट मेक मोरालिटी मीनिंगफुल, ठीक है? गॉट इट?
Yes.
Understood? ओके, सो प्रॉब्लम क्या यहाँ पे थी कि बुरे लोगों के साथ में अच्छा होता है और अच्छे लोगों के साथ में बुरा होता है, राइट? तो अगर हम बात करते हैं तो लाइफ इज वेरी शॉर्ट, राइट? उसके साथ साथ में जस्टिस इज सो इनकम्प्लीट, राइट? दिस वाज द प्रॉब्लम दैट वाज अराइजिंग, राइट? तो कांट ने इस चीज का सॉल्यूशन क्या दिया? उसने बोला अगर जस्टिस बेसिकली जस्टिस इज नॉट कंप्लीट इन दिस लाइफ, राइट? सो दिस मींस दैट देयर इज लाइफ आफ्टर डेथ आल्सो. अगर यहाँ पर तुम्हें लग रहा है दैट यू आर राइट, है ना, एंड इफ यू थिंक दैट यू आर नॉट गेटिंग जस्टिस ओवर हियर, then do not worry, you will get justice after life, after that, right? So he believed in what? He believed in another life, after life, right? So justice can be completed there, right? So what did he say? That soul must exist at any cost, right? उसके साथ साथ में, right, अगर हमारे पास में soul exist नहीं करता है after life में, right, तो ये जो मोरालिटी वाला कंसेप्ट है, राइट, दिस विल बिकम व्हाट? दिस विल बिकम यूजलेस, राइट? लेकिन मोरालिटी कभी यूजलेस तो होती ही नहीं है, राइट? तो इसीलिए ही कम्स टू अ सॉल्यूशन कि आफ्टर लाइफ भी एग्जिस्ट करती है, और आफ्टर लाइफ एग्जिस्ट करती है तो मतलब क्या? कि सोल भी एग्जिस्ट करता है, ठीक है? समझ में आया श्रीनिधि बच्चा? गॉट इट?
यस मैम.
ओके, नाउ ह्यूम की बात करेंगे अब हम. क्या बोला होगा ह्यूम ने सप्तऋषि?
Hume actually talked about idea and impressions. Like he actually was very much he was very much impressed. He was actually very much impressed. So he actually criticized whoever before him was. Like he actually talked about how Locke and Berkeley actually diverted from the idea of empiricism at the last moment. So in essence, Hume was a empiricist who actually gave importance to ideas and impressions, how that these things actually influence our mind regarding any situation we are in.
Okay, now let's talk about Hume. Now what he talks about, अब ह्यूम ने बोला कि देयर इज नो सोल एंड देयर इज नो परमानेंट मी, ठीक है? ना तो सोल एग्जिस्ट करता है, ना ही ये जो कंसेप्ट है तुम्हारा यू वाला, ठीक है? सो इट मींस व्हाट? हम यहाँ पे बॉडी को भी इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं, राइट? बट हाउ ही डिफाइंड, ही सेड यू, ठीक है? तो ना ही ये एग्जिस्ट करता है, ठीक है ना? तो क्वेश्चन अराइजेस, अगर ये दोनों ही चीज एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती तो एग्जिस्ट करता क्यों है, ठीक है? तो उसने बोला कि ओके, टेल मी ऑनेस्टली, सच सच ये बात बताओ कि कैन यू सी योर सोल, ठीक है? क्या तुम उसे देख सकते हो, राइट? देन ही आस्क्ड दैट कैन यू टच योर सोल, उसे भी तुम नहीं छू सकते हो, राइट? सो व्हाट डू यू एक्सपीरियंस? तुम एक्सपीरियंस करते हो थॉट्स, तुम एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हो फीलिंग्स, इमोशंस. These are the things that you are experiencing, right? You are not experiencing the concept of soul, you are not experiencing the concept of you, right? What exactly you are experiencing? You are experiencing these things. तुम emotions कर रहे हो, feelings कर रहे हो, memories जो है तुम देख रहे हो अभी, right? You are experiencing all these things other than that, ठीक है? Okay, now what did he say? That you are just a collection of bundle of these things, ठीक है? मतलब तुम लोग क्या हो? तुम सिर्फ इन सारी चीजों का बंडल हो एक, ठीक है? जैसे कि हमारे पास में मूवी है, सपोज एग्जांपल लेकर चलते हैं, हमारे पास में मूवी है, राइट? सो हाउ मूवीज आर मेड, उसमें छोटी छोटी पिक्चर्स ऐड होती है, ठीक है? और वो छोटे छोटे पिक्चर जो है मूवी क्रिएट बनती है, वो वीडियोस बनती है, राइट? सो इन दिस सेम वे दीज थॉट्स, दीज फीलिंग्स, दीज मेमोरीज वी हैव ऑल टुगेदर एंड दिस इज मेकिंग यू, ठीक है? दिस इज मेकिंग बंडल ऑफ इमोशंस, ठीक है? सो दिस इज हाउ वी आर फीलिंग दिस वन स्टोरी, ठीक है? नाउ When we talk about this, तो same way जैसे हम लोग thoughts की बात करते हैं, तो they keep on changing, ठीक है? You feel that I'm the same person, right? But you are not the same person, right? The feeling of you being the same person is nothing but the illusion according to Hume, ठीक है? So what exactly he's telling to us? That you keeps on changing, ठीक है? ये जो concept तुम बोलते हो ना, that I, you, right? This is not the concept, right? Because the person who was, you know, something else, right, in the previous days, right, is not the same person today, right? So the same concept जो कि बहुत सारे वो use करते हैं ना, criminals, मैंने बताया था मैंने last class में, है ना? तो सब philosophers हैं, ठीक है? तो सब यही वाली theory लेके चलते हैं, Hume वाली, ठीक है? सबने PhD किया philosophy में, ठीक है? सोचो, जो थ्योरी वो लोग कोर्ट में यूज करते हैं खुद को बचाने के लिए, तुम यहाँ पे पढ़ रहे हो यूपीएससी के लिए। चलो, तो व्हाट डिड ही से दैट यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फिक्स्ड सोल, ठीक, बट फिक्स्ड सोल जैसा कंसेप्ट कोई नहीं है। तुम लोग बात करते हो यू के बारे में, राइट, बट दिस कंसेप्ट ऑफ यू इज आल्सो नॉट देयर, राइट? सो देयर इज ओनली वन थिंग दैट इज चेंजिंग एक्सप्रेशन। We are having just basic ideas of this, right? We'll be reading these things with proper keywords, ठीक है? अभी सिर्फ सोल का कंसेप्ट है इस पोर्शन में, so that is why we are covering it, ठीक है? समझ में आया यहाँ तक? ओके, तो कांट ने क्या बोला? कांट ने बोला दैट सोल मस्ट एग्जिस्ट, ठीक है? नाउ फॉर जस्टिस इट मस्ट एग्जिस्ट, ठीक है? मैंने पहले भी बताया कांट का जो एग्जांपल था जस्टिस वाला, ही बिलीव्ड इन दैट। ह्यूम ने क्या बोला कि ह्यूम एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं कर सकता, कोई प्रूफ ही नहीं है इस चीज का। दोनों में डिफरेंस ये हुआ, ठीक है? तो कांट क्या था? कांट था मॉरल टीचर, और ह्यूम क्या था? वो था एक साइंटिफिक टाइप, ठीक है, जो कि रिजेक्ट कर रहा था किस चीज को? सोल, ठीक है? ये डिफरेंस है दोनों के बीच में। समझ में आया यहाँ तक? श्रीनिधि बच्चा अंडरस्टैंड?
यस मैम।
क्या समझा? हर्षित? नहीं, एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं, मुझे बताओ कि तुम्हें कैसा लगा ये पढ़ के?
According to Kant, is basically on secularism based on moral thought. So, according to moral thought, it is that soul exists for justice to happen. But you know, this new guy, he just criticizes. He did scientifically, it's not possible. So, it's very difficult, you know, to agree with both of them.
Because
at one point, at a particular point, you feel Kant is correct.
which theory you are finding more relevant and more like logical to you?
According to my logic,
Kant.
yes.
Hume.
Because when he emphasized on the word justice, he also talks about afterlife, as we saw in the moral argument of existence of God. Then he told that this particular life in which we live, it is a very short time to get our justice back for the virtue we do. So afterlife, the concept of afterlife and all.
Basically, I don't believe in the concept of afterlife.
You don't believe in concept of afterlife? हमारे भगवान बहुत गुस्सा हो जाएंगे। सीधा मना कर रही है, नहीं होता है।
I haven't experienced anything which concept where afterlife exists. Because I haven't ever read about someone like who is rebirthing to get their justification or what justice to get rebirth. And if there is some concept of rebirth, so we have some memories of our past life. There is no memory. We only feel deja vu. That does not that concept don't justify the existence of our past life. And you give this concept where I agree much more than Kant, where he says that all the concept of soul is exists because of our experience, our feeling. Rather than that, there is nothing which we can call soul. So that's why I prefer you more relevant than Kant.
Shrinidhi, you?
Yes, ma'am. Of all the explanations about mind-body dualism, Immanuel Kant's explanation makes the most sense. But he is very optimistic that justice exists. Ultimate fairness must be there. I'm not so sure about that. I'm somewhat pessimistic about that. So I do not agree, but it makes more sense. And Hume's explanation makes much more sense. I accept that explanation.
And you, Saptarishi?
Well, Kant's ideas are more really relatable regarding certain aspects, but I don't believe in afterlife, so I might not accept that part where he says that there is soul because we have to actually get virtue and all that. But and as well as the justice part, like in reality, there is not real justice doesn't exist in our reality. But the other aspects of Kant is very much more relevant because he actually was the first person who took rational views and empiricist view and merged them together to get to the point where he used rationalistic views as well as the empiricistic views. So his ideas are more relatable regarding uh, our real life. But whatever he said about afterlife, that I don't agree with.
Okay, you none of you is believing in afterlife. Did philosophy make you in this way? 15 दिन में you believe in afterlife. Thank God. I'll see you after 1 month. Huh?
I've seen
You've seen what?
there's a story.
Hmm.
Literally give you chills if you hear it.
I want to. Do you want to share with the mic? Let everyone hear. Who cares? नहीं चल सकती है क्या एक सर पे?
So basically, this was something which happened in 2021 or 22, I suppose. My mom's uncle died. So he was a surveyor. This was basically in a village, and my mom's uncle died. So my mom and my dad went to visit for the funeral and ceremony, final ceremony, and all. So on that day, something strange has happened in the family. Basically, uh, my mom's uncle's son was studying. I mean, he was in his final year of masters or something, like unsettled basically. So he has come home. I mean, बेटा ही तो करता है वो final जलाना and all. So he came home, and so obviously everybody will be sad. So that basically my mom's uncle's sister, she's there, and she was sitting in a corner. Then suddenly she fainted. She fainted, and generally एक आदमी को उठाने के लिए basically you will hardly take two people's help. But on that day, to lift her body and to bring it back to conscious, it took five people. Body has become so heavy, and in a grumpy voice, a strange sound came, and it was like what grumpy wala sound hota hai na, like screechy and all. Yeah, as you told, it was basically like, I couldn't settle my son. I want to see him get settled, and that unsatisfies me to leave this world. And those kind of bate were out. And after 1 hour, things were normal. It is chill. So I can't basically disagree with any of this when I experience such kind of things. So I neither contradict nor accept this. So I stay neutral basically.
If you're a philosophy student, you should like keep your doors open because you never know when your ideology can like change with what one instance or one philosopher or anything. Okay, chalo. With this, we'll end today's class, and I will see you tomorrow at the same timing. No, at 11:30. We'll Saturday, na? It's 12. Okay, 11 to 12:30. And do you want chutti? Huh? Shinidhi, do you want chutti?
No, ma'am, not particularly. Tomorrow is a holiday.
I want chutti. चुपचाप क्लास में आ जाना
I think we'll be getting this.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.